Check it out, guys. I have to replace the the coolant control valve. I'm draining out the system. I'm gonna have to burp it. I'm gonna do the long burping process on it to show you guys. And I'm just draining this. You could do this many ways, but I went ahead and took out the headlight. So you got one pump there, and then you have another pump in here. So this is the pump I need to take out, this one here. Gives you more space to work in there if you take out the headlight. You got 3 hoses, 2 on the top and then 1 underneath. I'm gonna let this drain and then I'll show you guys the process taking that out. Alright guys, so to give me more space to work underneath here, I'm gonna remove this pump as well, and move this hose here, move this hose, so I have more space down here, because I have to take out, there's a bolt underneath here that I gotta get to, and I don't want to be, I'm already draining the fluid, might as well take off everything that's in my way so I can work under here without, struggling and forcing anything, so I can get this done. So you guys, as soon as this drains out, I'm still waiting for this to drain. Alright guys, so the fluid stopped coming out. I'm going to go ahead and start trying to take off the clamps here. There's a clamp here on this hose. See if I can get to it. Let's try some smaller pliers. It's kind of an see how much fluid comes out of here. There's still fluid there. Alright guys, so I scooted back the clamp on the hose, and then I got myself one of these hose clamps. I put it right in front of this clamp because it started throwing out a lot of fluid. Just pull this out. There's still fluid in the hose, but I'm not sure why it's not draining all. I'm just going to push this out the way as best as I can, and then take this top one off too. Let's see. So this top one doesn't have anything. Oh, it does a little bit. Maybe I could just bring this one up here. Keep that one like that. And just to be safe, I'll pinch this one too. So I'll leave that pinched there just in case. Take that out the way. And then I believe these are 10s, 10 mil. I'll take those out too. So it's 3 of these, and you'll need an extension for that one to reach it. I don't think I'll be able to get in there with that. I guess you don't need an extension. So it's 1. just lift the assembly. So this is one of your pumps, and this is not the code it gave me. It gave me a P1121 or something like that. I'll put a picture on the video for you guys so you guys can check that out. So I'll just put this out the way, top somewhere. Because we have space to get to this bolt. You guys see this bolt here? It's a nut right here. I think that's a 12. Let's see. Yeah, it's a 12. So you see, having that hose here, it was going to be a real pain to get underneath here to get this nut off. So I went ahead and took off that assembly. I'm already there, might as well. You could do whatever works for you. Is there a nut to that? Okay, there's another nut on the side here. On this side, right here, there's a nut right there. Another, I believe that's another 12 or 10. Yeah, it's gonna be a 10. Alright guys, so I had to use a smaller wrench. This is what I'm using. I picked this up at Harbor Freight for about $5 I believe, or $7, something like that. And then an extension so I can convert this wrench so I can use this socket, this 10mm socket. It gives us enough space there so you can get to that 10 bolt that's down here in front of the inverter. So you can unscrew with your fingers. Sorry about the noise, got Amazon behind me. So I gotta get these two hoses off. There's a hose on top. See if I can pull it. Let's see. So this is a hose here. You can see that I'm pointing with the pliers, and there's one underneath. So I'm going to go ahead and clamp this, try to move this back. Alright, that's back. Gotta move this other hose out the way. So you're gonna have to work this hose back and forth until you loosen it up from the housing of the pump. It's plastic, so just You know, take your time. Ouch. See this hose here? I'm gonna try to push this out that way and just go back and forth until the hose comes off. Okay, there it goes. Alright, so the top hose is free. See that? Top hose is free. Now I gotta get the one on the bottom. So I'm using some angle pliers to reach in here, since it's weird in here, the space you have to work with. They sell a special tool for these hose clamps. I haven't picked one up, but I'm seriously thinking about going and finding myself one, since I'm always working on these cars. So same thing, work the hose back and forth until it's free. If you have trouble with the hose, you can use a pick like this. Just go in the hose and work around it like this. Don't prick the hose, just, you know, in here, so you can loosen up the hose a little bit. Just try to work it out again. There it goes. Oh, got some fluid. All right. So one more hose. That's the hose that's underneath. Have to get that underneath. All right, guys. So you go underneath the car. You know, obviously you take out the splash guard. There's a splash guard there. It goes underneath here. It's got 2 10s up there, 3 down here. So it gives you access underneath here so you can see all the hose. And we need to get to this hose clamp here, and that's underneath that pump. So I'm gonna use a long nose pliers to get here and remove this guy here. So I'm gonna slide this clamp down, give me the space, and work the hose back and forth until it slides off the housing from the pump. Let me see that little red pick that I left up there, please. You know what, I think I can slide this off already. Whoa, 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 whoa. Can I see that real quick?
Is it on?
Yeah. Alright guys, so I couldn't pull off the hose up there underneath here. So I was able to guide the pump through here, bring it down. And then on the way down, had a lot of fluid coming out still. So I just threw the bucket under there. Try to get some more fluid catched in there. Don't make too much of a mess. We'll try not to. So it's easier to guide the pump through the bottom, bring it out so you have more space to take off that hose. And if you guys get any luck up there, leave a comment and let me know what you guys did to get the hose out. As I took off the pump, and I just clamped those two hoses together so the hose can stay in place right there in the bucket. And then here's the pump. So on here it shows a date. I can get that for you guys. 6/28/2016. We're in 2020, so this pump failed, and I'm gonna go see what this is gonna run as. It's supposed to be under warranty. The old owner of the vehicle told me that this pump's been replaced before, so I'm gonna go try the warranty deal at Riley's. If not, then I'm gonna have to purchase this. Alright guys, so I pulled off the valve, right? And if you see in there, you see that the valve is partially open, somewhat halfway. So it's stuck open like that. This valve no longer works. See the other one, you can't really see the other side. So that's when you know your control valve is messed up. Also, you see that there. It's partially open. You can barely see it in there. And here's a replacement. Got a Dorman coolant control valve. So part number there, and you find this at a Riley's. And this, at least this was like 80 bucks, 76 and change. So here's the new one. And if you see in here on this one, you can see that the valve is open all the way. They're not stuck halfway. See that? Same thing with the bottom one. It's open. You can see the housing inside. So this is a replacement. Everything's the same. Same plug. This one's just off from the... It's got this tab here. And you slide in the plug into place. Let's see if I can... Same thing. So you get lifetime warranty with this. It's a one-time buy. I suggest you go down O'Reilly's and pick one up if you're having the same problem. I'm going to be putting up a code that the car threw, and it's for this pump here. So I'll be showing you how to put this back in. It's a big mess under there, but we'll get it done. Oh, and I also, since I took out that other pump, I went ahead and did the replacement on this one. It has a warranty, and this is I believe the inverter pump, or the pump that goes right on top, right here. So I switched this one out too. And you leave the other one there with them when you replace it, so they stay with the exchange. So it's getting 2 new pumps. Alright guys, so when you put this bottom hose back on, the hose has an indentation. Let's see if I can pick that up right there. You see that? Right here. Try to make sure that you line up this clamp as best as you can right here so you don't have no leaks. Because if you put it another way, it's not gonna seat right and it's gonna start leaking. So try your best to do that. So once you set this in place there, you see how the indentations on the hose line up with the clamp now. You don't have to worry about anything else. And now it's just trying to guide the pump underneath here so you can get it on top. So just take your time. It's gonna, it's gonna be a little pain getting it up there, but once you get up there, it's pretty much almost there, almost done. You just got to put on the other two hoses on top. All right, guys, right here, when you're putting in the pump and you're guiding it through, try to start with the bracket end going up first. So you go around that wire harness right there. You see where it's touching? So you guide that piece first, and then you try to wiggle it in, to the left a little bit and then to the right once you get up there and you're good. All right, guys, once you guide everything through, you put those two top hoses on, and then I put this 12 mil on, stabilize the bracket so it doesn't move back and forth, and I got the harness back in place. The next step is to put on the other pump up here. Replacing this guy right here. So 2 new pumps. All right, guys, once I struggled a lot due to the space in my hands, but it's a real pain to get the 10 mil that's on the side right here to line up. And another thing is that the new bracket that comes with it, this is the new bracket, it doesn't line up with the bottom. You can either drill this out to make it bigger so it lines up, or what I did is just take off the old bracket from the old pump and put it on the new pump, and that lines up perfect. So you could do that, or you can drill it out, whatever works for you. This pump's pretty much done. Now I just gotta assemble the next one. Don't plug it in until you're done, because this does turn on. You would have to unplug your battery, so you don't get no power. This small ratchet comes in handy. I pick one up at Harbor Freight. I believe it was $5-7, somewhere around there. It was under 10 bucks for sure. But it helps right here, especially in this tight area. I'm not sure why it stays loose like that.
That's the way the other one was when you took it off.
Yeah, the other one was just the same way. It's got these rubber garments. And also when the headlight assembly gets in here, it pushes down on it. If anybody knows, drop a comment, let me know. So I'll just take these off. There it is. You have to open up this clamp really good. If not, it won't let you go over the... Man, this thing is tight. Just trying to line up the indentations on the hose there for this clamp. Okay. Now let's just hope that nothing leaks. Alright. Again, I'm not sure what's the deal with these garments here. Why it doesn't seat and stay 100% tight on there so it doesn't move. So you guys know, drop a comment please. So everything's in place. I checked the hoses, everything's back where it needs to be. Now it's time to connect all the connectors. So get your harness, plug this one back in, and then here's the other one. Plug that one in. That's in place. That's in place. I'm not gonna worry about putting on the light yet. I'm gonna show you guys how to burp the system. We're gonna be putting on the funnel kit, and we'll start that process next. This is the brand I picked up at O'Reilly's. This kit runs you $50. Expensive kit, but I don't have to deal with burping, having problems burping the system. Now that I have this kit, it'll make your life a lot easier. It's pretty cool. Comes with all kinds of fittings, different sizes. This is everything you need in here. Then it breaks it down to you in this instructions here on what to use. It's got the little plug in here, and this will go right in here like this. So I'm gonna set this up. Alright guys, so this set comes with the different adapters here, and these are the adapters that are going to go on the mouth of the radiator right up here. So I went through and I got the first adapter that I saw in there. I believe this is C, the C adapter. the small adapter C, and then this guy goes in here like this. So come over here, and it's got this rubber garment gasket deal that sits in there like that. So you just put it on like the radiator cap until it's tight. Let me clean this off. And then this sits right here. And that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna throw some fluid in it. So I'm using the Toyota Lexus Scion. It's a Valvoline brand. You get this at Walmart, or you could go to the dealer and pick one up. I was going to use the fluid that I had in the car originally, but it's full of debris. I'm not going to be using this set. Got some particles in it I don't want in there. So, and it's the pink fluid, same thing that you get at Toyota. I'll add a little at a time, then I'll turn on the car. Alright guys, since no fluid is going down, what I'm going to do is start the car, and as soon as the engine turns on, I'm going to turn it off and keep cycling it through until that fluid goes all the way in. Or you just could put the car in maintenance mode and let the car run while you burp the system as well. So you guys see that bubbling up? The air bubbles are coming out, fluid's gonna start going in. Add a little at a time so you don't fill up the whole funnel, and just we'll wait for the engine to cycle through. It's going to shut off, it's going to turn back on, it's going to shut off, and turn back on until you have no more bubbles in it. So I'm going to add a little bit more. I'll wait for it to cycle. This is going to be a long process, guys, so it's going to take, I saw the forms online, and someone was saying anywhere from 1 to 3 hours to do the burping process. There he goes. You guys see that? There we go. What's gonna do, gonna keep throwing out these bubbles until there's no more air in the system. And then once you're done, just put your plug in, plug this up, whatever exit you have, you can just take this out, turn off the car, and call it a day. Alright guys, it's been about an hour. There's only a little bit left for it to go into the system. It's still burping, so I'm turning on the car, letting it run. Once the engine shuts off, I turn off the car, wait a little bit, then turn the car back on, and you'll see more bubbles come out. And I'm doing this process, it's been an hour, off and on, off and on. So what I'm going to do now is install the light. Gonna install the light back on, and so all I have to do is just worry about finishing the little bit of coolant that's left. All your connectors. Slides into place there. Alright guys, I finally finished, 3 hours later, finally finished burping the system. I'm still going to check it one more time in the morning before I fire up the car. But this is it guys. The process is long. It's a lot of labor that goes into it. You have to take off a lot of things. Well, at least for me, I took out a lot, and all to get to this pump here, and then here's your other pump on that side there. So I replaced 2 pumps today. Did the whole burping the system. That's that's something that takes a long time. Alright guys, thanks for watching. You guys stay safe and happy Memorial Weekend.